Today was the Return of the Duelist sneak peek. Now, I didn't go, but Galactic God went, and I guess I was supposed to go with him, but I was asleep. So that's what happens. I'm gonna be talking about a few cards throughout the week that I think are like the best cards in the set, like top of the class, or kind of really cool and have neat interactions. There's a lot of cards in the set that are basically stall cards. There's a lot of stall cards, a lot more stall. So it looks like, once again, as I've stated before in other videos, that Konami is trying to slow the game down. So, but anyway, the two cards I'm going to be talking about today are Soul Drain and Compulsory Escape Device. Now, I guess Soul Drain is a rare. I don't know what rare Compulsory Escape Device is supposed to be, but it says rare on the wiki, so I think rare is the Japanese rarity. It might be a common. It could be a rare, or it could be more. Galactic God didn't like this card, but I told him of its value and what you could do with it. So, here we go. Soul Drain is much like Skill Drain. You pay 1,000 life points, has Dark Ruler on it. The only difference is that it stops effects that are activated in the graveyard or out of play. So I was kind of thinking, like, what? Why? Why would they bring that out? The only really thing that people are really playing are, like, Sangans and maybe Dandelions and Level Eaters, I guess. And then I thought, oh, maybe Dragons, but Dragons is kind of dead. Future Fusion's gone, and the Red Eyes Darkness is down to 1, Sorcerer's down to 1. There's not a whole lot left for that deck to do, so, it's just like kind of like beating a dead horse. I didn't really see any kind of like main big decks that were going to need to have that stopped. But there could be, plants. Plants could have a comeback. Dandelion, people could play Dandelion. Treeborn Frog, like I said, Sangan. DD Scout playing, and I don't really see that, or DD Survivor. So, there are a few cards, but I'm thinking maybe for plants, this is what's going to, Malicious, this is going to stop Malicious. This is going to stop Spore. It's going to stop Sangan from getting his effect. This is going to stop Treeborn Frog from coming back. It's going to stop Power, Level Leader from coming back. It's going to stop Dandelion from spitting out tokens. So, there's a few things, that it can stop. The other card is Compulsory Escape Device. Now, this is a negative. This is a negative. You're negative wanting yourself. But I think it's worth it. I think that this card is pretty cool. Now, what this card does is it makes you choose, it gives you and your opponent the decision to choose one card on each of your sides of the field. So you pick one monster on your side, and they pick one monster on their side, and then they both go back into the deck. Now, the reason this is the negative is because you're losing Compulse and your monster, while your opponent is only losing their one monster. But I think this has value in that, let's say you have a flipped Raikou, you have a flipped, Gravekeeper Spy, you have a Sangan that's just sitting there, you have a dead Tour Guide, you have Battle Fader, maybe not Battle Fader, but any number of things that are just vulnerable sitting there, like real weak. Or even if you have a Stratos, you have a Stratos, you want to reuse your Stratos. You have something that tutors, something that brings out a recruiter, some kind of recruiter that brings a card from your deck to your hand, or lets you draw, or whatever. A flip effect monster that you use that is sitting there vulnerable. And your opponent has maybe a powerful Exceed, a powerful Synchro, just anything big on the board. So then when they go for their big attack with their one monster sitting out there, you have a weenie, and they have, a big monster. You activate that card, goes back to the deck, and theirs goes back into the extra deck or back in their deck. Those are two cards that I thought were pretty cool in the set that I saw so far. I'm going to be talking about more throughout the week. In the comment section below, tell me what you think about those two cards, what combos you think people could do with them, and I'm going to be posting my Twitter in the description box. And as always, you can subscribe here on YouTube, and thanks for watching.